Hello there, friend. Sorry I didn't see you there. Oh, there's no need to be frightened. I know these woods can seem kind of scary sometimes, but I promise I'm not scary. No, I'm just your friendly woodland nymph. Isn't it beautiful out here? You can see why I choose to live here. Now, my little human friend, you seem a bit worried. Tell me what's wrong. Oh, there's nothing to be concerned about. Of course, many things that we don't know or understand in life can be scary. But I promise you these woods are, well, they're the safest place you can be, especially with me as your guide. What do you say? How about I give you a little tour of my woodland area? Would you like that? Oh, I think you'll really have a great time. And afterwards, you'll see there's nothing to be frightened of. Well, then let's go. Follow me. Now follow me as we walk together along this path. You can see the beautiful land right outside my cottage. How lush it is with diverse foliage, trees, and plants. This lovely place is protected. Now, come along with me across this path. As you can see, it's well lit and abundant with sunshine. The rays of the sun are invigorating and can easily lift one's spirit. Let us travel further and deeper into the woods. This new area is a bit denser, and you will not likely find other travelers up on this road. Only the critters like to come here to make their homes and rest. As we continue to travel across this path, we may start to hear birds splashing happily. We are getting closer and closer to the local pond, where much wildlife thrives. Here we come to the water's edge. We can see the reflection of clouds from the sky, as well as branches that hang low, reaching out for nourishing sunlight. In this tranquil pond, we will find many fish swimming just below the surface, their secrets kept in the dark waters. This is a lovely time for us to take a moment and surrender to this tranquility. Let us observe the beautiful blue sky and fluffy white clouds as they reflect onto the water. It fills us with stillness and peace. Let us dive deep into our hearts and souls to find that tranquility, much like the smooth, placid water before us. This pond supports so much wildlife, birds and creatures, much like this beautiful swan before us. Legend says if you gift the swan and their mate, they will give you a magical reward in return. We shall take one last look at this pond and allow the water to wash over us and wash away our worries to bring a sense of utter peace. It is now time to venture further into the woods. As we walk this rough and bumpy road, we can make our way deeper and further still, leaving the worries of the rest of the world behind. In this dense forest, scattered with many trees and massive stones, we can find a moment of stillness within ourselves. Let us take a look at the strong trees of this woodland. and take time to connect with them. Their long branches reach towards the sky, and the wind comes and blows through them, yet they only sway in their breeze. Their trunks are thick and strong, and the roots are buried deep in the earth. Can we not find a way to be more like our tree friends? Can we not ground ourselves into the earth, put trust into the safety of the ground, and allow our roots to keep us firmly planted? This way, even when the wind comes and blows our limbs back and forth, blowing us about with daily stress and filling us with worries and fears, we will be strong. It is inevitable that we shall sway. However, we shall not break. Let us now take a moment to examine our wonderful wildlife a little closer and venture that much deeper in. Sometimes we walk through the woods and we hardly notice the details. Such is the same in life. Here we have trees and bushes budding and flourishing in the springtime. Buds turn to flowers and into leaves, and the nourishing green plants feeds many animals and creatures, including ourselves. Even us nymph folk use every herb, flower, and plant we find. Just like the buds on the verge of bursting, so too can we during this time of growth go from small bud to burst into life, to reach our petals and reach towards the sky, to allow this earth and nourishing life around us expand and grow. We are just like these buds, and although we may fight the feelings of change, nature knows when it's time to let go, to open up and surrender to everything around us. Let us take a moment to appreciate the little things in life. The feeling of pine needles as they go across our fingers. Or how about the soil beneath our feet? Or even the fuzziness of growing moss, which is relentless, much like we must make our nerves. Allow us to back away again and take in the majesty of nature all around us. The trees, the rocks, the dirt, the minerals, everything that brings us closer to life. Now, allow me to show you one of my favorite areas. I come here often to perform my magic and sometimes meet with other nymphs and creatures of the woods as well. Here we proceed over some cliffs that overlook the surrounding forest. At times we feel like we are looking over a cliff, and we feel backed into a corner and afraid of the fall below us. But we must not fear the unknown, for nature will always protect us and hold us safely. It is good to take in our surroundings and realize that being at the top is only temporary. We may fall and tumble, but as we go down, so may we also go up. So then, when we are at the bottom, we can also acknowledge it is merely temporary. This is the cycle of life. Come with me now as we take another path and follow another journey. This path leads to a wonderful clearing where many magic circles are performed. Here are those who love nature the most, the nymphs and fairies and elves, the old ones of the ancient earth. We all join together to celebrate and nourish nature. Sometimes we stay late into the night, chanting and dancing and enjoying all things. Now, allow me to take you further down another path which will lead to an area that I'm quite fond of. As we walk downwards, away from the tops of the mountain and the cliffs, slowly coming away from the vibrant sky and sinking lower into the hardy earth. Here we have another magical clearing where the fairies of the wetlands often come together. They are joined by critters, birds, squirrels, chipmunks, beavers, and groundhogs. It is a beautiful, wonderful area to meet. Deeper yet, and we observe as the water rises to the surface. It goes from muddy ground into proper swamp. Storks, frogs, and turtles live in this area, and occasionally you'll find a wild rabbit as well. It is a lush and nourishing place for many of the creatures of Mother Earth. Here we will follow a path where your shoes may get muddy and your socks may get wet, but there'll be time later to dry off and relax by the fire. A gentle breeze has come now to remind us not to take things too seriously, to let our worries blow away with the gentle wind. Now it seems the sun sinks lower into the sky. Another day is coming to an end. During this peaceful time at dusk, perhaps we should start to make our way back to my cozy cottage. The woods are very safe at night, but there's a different magic that settles over the land, and it is time to rest and recover. The evening creatures will come out and have their own time to shine. The day critters and creatures will make their way home to rest. Trees, bushes, flowers, and all-day plants settle in to rest for the night. As the sun sinks lower and everything turns to gold, let us make our way back and reflect on the concept of our endings. For nothing truly ends and nothing is truly over. The universe is infinite, and this wonderful woodland is part of that universe. We may rest our weary heads tonight and know that the sun will rise tomorrow, that this is truly the cycle of life, and nothing truly dies or is destroyed, only changed and transformed. Let us take this path back and say goodbye to the woods as the sun sinks below the horizon. Well, how was that? Did you have a good time? And are you a little less afraid now? I thought so. Aren't these woods just beautiful? I'm so happy you agree. My little friend, you seem tired. No worries. I have my cottage right back here. I have a beautiful bed made of moss. It's so soft and comfortable. You'll fall asleep as soon as you lay down on it. Like I said, you're safe here. So why don't you come into my cottage and you can stay the night?